Hi, my name is Connie Carlson, and welcome to the Coffee with Connie show. It is April 8th, and we are in unprecedented times with COVID-19. Many of us are working from home. Some of us may not even be working at all, and all of this is causing people to question what the future looks like. And as a real estate professional, we hear all the time, what does this mean for the real estate market? So in today's Coffee with Connie, it is our first quarter market report recap. I'm going to share with you what happened in March and then give some ideas on what may happen in the future. So stay tuned. So welcome back. And we're going to start by looking at what's happened in the past, looking in the rear view mirror to get an indication of what may be happening in the future. And then from there, we're going to delve into some information about how what we're experiencing right now is different from what we experienced before the housing boom of 2007 and 2008, and what that means for you, whether you're planning to move or not. So let's get started with the market numbers. Let's look at the number of new listings coming on the market. In March, we saw a 15% decline over last year. And that's not surprising considering a lot of people are a little bit shy about having strangers walk through their house for safety reasons. And so we're not surprised to see that drop. The next number I want to look at is the number of homes that were sold. And as you can see in Marietta, it was 384 homes. And then that was a 12% decline over last year. So that means that what we wrote mostly in February was a little bit down from where we were last year. The next number I like to look at is the number of days it takes to get an acceptable offer. In March of this year, we were at 19 days. Compare that to last year at 22 days. So we actually saw an improvement in how long it took homes to sell. And that is because of our inventory situation. And that's my favorite chart of the day, which is the supply of homes. And currently there is 2.4 months of inventory in Marietta. And that's the same amount of inventory we had last year at this time. Anything less than 6 months, the National Association of Realtors says, is a market that's more advantageous for sellers. There's just not enough homes. We're still seeing multiple offers. So if we're looking at just that number alone, it would indicate like, hey, it's a good time still to sell your house. But what's going to happen next month? What's going to happen in May? What's going to happen in the future? That's the big question, right? Well, one thing that we can look at is pending sales. The number of homes that are under contract right now will be an indication of what our, market's going to look like next month. And that's gone down. We've seen a decline. This is kind of a big number, and it's kind of scary to me. 38% decline in number of homes going under contract. One reason we've probably seen a drop in number of homes for sale is that fewer people are looking at homes. And this is a really good chart. It shows a 61% decline in the number of showings versus last year. So what are people doing if they have to move, if they have to buy, if they have to sell? Well, we're taking a lot of precautions. I'm going to put a link below. We've created a stay-at-home virtual real estate program that allow consumers to show their home or see the inside of a home without actually going inside. And then if they do need to go inside, we make sure they sign a release that they haven't been sick, and we tell them to keep their hands in their pockets, and we're taking extra precautions like gloves and masks and things like that. But showings are way down, and obviously most people want to see their house personally before they buy it. So that is an indication when we look at all this that the second quarter is going to definitely be a lot lower than what we've seen in the past. And honestly, okay, so if you're still with me, I want to share with you 4 charts that's going to demonstrate why what's going on right now in the housing industry is different than it was before the housing bubble, and why a lot of economists are saying they don't anticipate a housing recession. So the first thing is that prices are not soaring out of control like they were before the housing bubble. You can see here in this chart, we're at about 4.7% over the last year, which is still above what we typically see, but it's not the crazy stuff we saw back then. So that's one good sign. Another good sign is that there's, like I said, there's a shortage of inventory. There's still not enough homes. And like we said, Marietta was 2.2 months of inventory. Nationally, we're at 3.1, which is a huge difference from where we were before the housing crash. Okay, number 3, homes were a lot more expensive for people back in 2007. And they look at a thing called affordability, like what do homes cost? What are people making, and what are interest rates? Well, back in 2005 and 6, homes prices were going up, but wages were actually going down. And interest rates were 6%, where now they're hovering around 4%, and wages actually went up. So that's another good indicator. And the last thing is that people are equity rich right now. Back before the housing bubble, a lot of people pulled the equity out of their home and bought cars, did upgrades. And what happened was when the market started to go down and they wanted to sell, and believe me, we had many tears at the table when we were going through this, people owed more on their house than their house was worth. And a lot of people, quite frankly, just walked away, which caused the whole foreclosure issue and caused the whole market to tumble. We're not in that position right now. 50% of the homes out in the United States have more than 50% equity in them. So that puts people in a lot better place. So hopefully all these predictions are indicating that we're going to go down, and we may even see prices come down over the next month or two as this whole thing balances out. But just like a lot of economists are saying, most of us in the real estate industry are believing and hoping and praying that after we come out of shelter in place, after we're healthy, after the economy starts going again, we'll have pent-up demand and housing will go right back to where it was, or at least close. And then lastly, if you're still with me, please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers this year, and I plan on providing a lot of great content for you, so you don't want to miss it. Thanks for watching this edition of Coffee with Connie.